Each year, nearly 500,000 tonnes of fish is landed in the UK, and 2/3 of that is in Scotland. In the cold coastal waters, there are over 250 species of fish who thrive around the beautiful islands, whose varying habitats provide natural protection and food. I've come to the place branded the seafood capital of Scotland, Oban. Known as the gateway to the Isles, Oban is the capital of North Argyll and is renowned for the variety and quality of seafood landed in the harbour. When I come to Scotland, I'm amazed by the many species of fish that are here. But one stands out more than any other to me, and that's the langoustine. And why do we send so many abroad when we could be enjoying them right here on our doorstep? Scotland lands the world's largest share of langoustine, but 90% are sent abroad. In this country, it was the 60s when langoustine tails, better known as scampi, became popular pub food. What people don't often realise is that the unbreaded tails on their own are just as delicious. 95% of langoustine are caught by trawlers, but in the west coast, creeling, where the fish are captured and kept alive from a rope basket, is more common. And fisherman David Isaac showed me how it's done. So where are we off to now, Dave?
At the moment we're just heading south of Oban by about 6 miles to start hauling the first gear.
The creel baskets attached to one rope are filled with bait and thrown out to sea to tempt the langoustine. When the rope is hauled in, David then sorts the langoustine by size of small, medium or large. When they trawl, they just take everything out of the sea, don't they?
They've been toned along the bottom, yeah. It's not quite as selective as the creels here. Anything we can put back over the side, it's returned alive.
So any crabs and stuff,
yeah, all goes back, it's fine, aye.
Why are the langoustine so good here in Scotland, do you think?
Fresh water, clean water, and just the fact we can keep them alive.
That's the most important thing too, isn't it?
It's to keep them alive. We don't get paid, so we get the top money.
The flesh from a creel caught live langoustine is said to be of a much higher quality than the trawler caught dead one. On the continent, they'll pay a premium for this, but it seems there's a lack of demand here in the UK. Don't you wish that in the UK more people would eat these?
It could be easier. It would cut down transport costs. Yeah, if they were to pay the same money, it would be a good market.
Exactly.
They're willing to pay the money that's there.
And the reason why they all go abroad is because they'll pay the money?
They appreciate the live product, aye. They're happy to pay for it.
On dry land, I head to a local packing plant who complete the end of the creeling process and prepare the langoustine for their dispatch. The company is run by Dougie Hill and his family. Once the langoustine come in, they're put in tanks for 48 hours to acclimatise from the drastic change in the water depth, and then they are ready to be packed. So Dougie, what's happening now?
The guys are just going to start packing them for the planes tonight.
And you're happy with these inside?
Yeah, they're really good.
They're really lively, aren't they?
Yeah, they're spot on.
Time is of the essence to get the langoustine into the cool environment of the box to keep them healthy. Where do they go from here?
All over Europe mainly. 95% is on the continent.
Is it
all
really?
over France and Spain.
And they'll be sold in the market tomorrow in Barcelona?
They'll be in a Spaniard's belly by tomorrow lunchtime.
You know what I find quite sad about that is that most of that fish is going to go abroad. And in the UK we seem to have lost our ability to either look for whole fish or cook it. And I can understand the langoustine because they look really ugly, the old claws, and I suppose they're quite difficult to get hold of. But you know what? I would love to show people just how delicious they are. And I've heard of just a place to show them. This is the Lawn Market, which stands for Local Origins Rural Network. It's run by a farmer, Jill Boas, who wants to create a more sustainable way of living in North Argyll, with a market for local producers to sell to local people. When you started this, were you surprised at the amount of produce that was around locally?
Well, we had a good inkling because we've been working away in the area for over 20 years, and we had connected with lots of people. We're all individuals, very much working away on our own, and the idea was to try and find a way of bringing it all together and therefore then create a way of sharing that with the consumer.
Now, what about seafood around here? Pretty good?
Oh, we have great seafood. We've got already at the market Caledonia oysters and smoked fish, fresh fish, scallops, all sorts of good oysters, but there's always space for more.
What about langoustine?
Don't have a langoustine producer coming to the market yet. It'll be good to have one.
They're pretty good in Scotland, aren't they?
Oh, they're wonderful.
Today, Jill's agreed to give me my own stand so I can get people to try David's langoustine. And I have a recipe which I'm hoping will get the local taste buds going. Right, the first thing I'm going to make is the oriental sauce. Here I've got mirin, which is a fermented rice wine. Then I'm going to add dark soy sauce, a couple of tablespoons of sherry vinegar here. But that gives a nice sort of sweet and sour edge to the whole thing. Some sesame oil. Now this is really, really powerful stuff. Sugar, just to balance everything. And then the juice of a couple of limes. Then cook down roughly half the volume. Right, onto the main ingredient. And here we've got some of Dave's langoustine. Look at these, they are beautiful, they're plump, in perfect condition, and the meat will be beautifully fresh. So what you need to do is just stuff the langoustine one way, the other way. You will get a bit of flesh in the claws there, which you can cook on the barbecue if you want. I tend to use that for salads and bits and pieces like that, or I will make a beautiful soup or chowder out of that, so nothing gets wasted. And then what I do is get a pair of scissors and then cut down the inside of the shell. It just makes it easier once they're cooked to take out the shell. Skewer them on a skewer like this. We want about 4 on a skewer. These will just go on here, like that. And what you mustn't do is overcook them. Any fish you should never overcook. So a couple of minutes, as I said, turn them over and a couple minutes on the other side. They are absolutely fantastic. Right, now I just need some tasters. Right, who's first? It's quite a strong sauce, but we're after that real nice, almost a kick. Langoustine, sir.
Never tried it before.
Never tried it before? No, okay. It's a very powerful sauce, but you can't beat it, can you? Local people, local market, and local food. Just cooked simply. Perfect. And that's mine.